this up, but Nigma Galaxy, aka NGX, as I like to call them, they are 0 and 2. Don't touch it. Okay, that's the shoulder. You're safe. You're safe, young man.
It's just that was a more emotional connection, not a.
Thank you. I appreciate that. NGX, they're in trouble here. If they lose this game, I mean, the fact that they were tied for 3rd with everybody else, and if they just go 0-3, they're 6th place, which gives them no DPC points. That is really rough place to be.
Yeah. And that would not be an ideal start off for a team that had a rocky start last year and just fell a little bit shy on the DPC points of being able to qualify for TI in the first place. So it feels like if I was Nigma, I'd be worrying about a repeat of that.
30 seconds.
But at the very least, from a viewer perspective, we get to see the miracle Rubick mid. I don't know the last time I've seen this. I mean, when I see this, I just think of Dendy and his infamous games playing the Rubick mid for Na'Vi back at TI2, TI3, etc. The hero is probably the most entertaining mid hero, I want to say, in all of Dota history. And it's really sad that he's kind of fallen off as to being, you know, I guess relegated to some degree as just a support only. So, but you were talking about this is not particularly great Rubick game, at least not early on in the draft. Have you changed your mind with a core Rubick or same idea?
A core Rubick makes me like the matchup against Quap specifically a lot more, because Quap I feel like hunts you down as Rubick a lot of times, whereas now core Rubick, because you're going to have such high levels, it's actually a significant threat if you manage to steal any of Queen of Pain's spells. But I'm pretty scared of this Wraith King, Quap, Visage, Clockwork. That's a lot of heroes that can kind of run at you and get on top of this Rubick, and he won't have many ways to defend himself.
Yeah, and you brought up the shard for Queen of Pain, the silence as well. Like, what do you buy on Rubick to dispel? Because like old school build would be like an Aether Lens into Blink Dagger with Aghanim Scepter or something to that effect. Maybe you don't even need Aether Lens anymore. But like, do you get a Yules? Do you like, what do you buy? Like, it's not, you're not gonna get a BKB on this hero, but if they jump you, you're just dead.
Yeah, and like, do you think he needs a fourth snap because he's also dealing with Clockwork, and it also helps in being able to move yourself against Visage? There are a lot of problems, right? Because if he goes Yules, maybe he could toss the Clockwork out of the cogs, but if he self Yules, it sets up for the Visage stuff. So that's not going to feel great either. So I see a lot of problems, but you know, obviously Nigma, they have tried. They left out the Queen of Pain. They obviously have tried Rubick against this before. At bare minimum, I'm sure Miracle's tried it in the pubs. So they must have a plan. They must think it feels good.
I mean, again, viewer perspective, freaking awesome.
Yes.
Very exciting here, but we'll see how it works out. And I'm sure part of it maybe has to do with Nine probably has not played against a Rubick mid in many years. If it's been in a pub, it's not very often, that's for sure. So maybe some unfamiliarity with the actual matchup itself. But if we look at the bottom lane, you can see GH on the Nyx, Fata, Bane, and then the cores in this lane, Skeeter, Wraith King again, and Mind Control going to be on the Timbersaw game. How good of a Timbersaw game would you say that this is?
I would say it is very good. I think so obviously his lane is very free. GH is just going to be able to pull creeps just enough and give a lot of solo experience to Timbersaw. That's free. The burst damage that is out there, it's mostly just Queen of Pain. He's not really threatened by Visage overly. The big nuke that comes out from Visage might kill him once or twice, but for the most part, like, the birds don't bother you too much. Clockwork isn't much of a threat. I would say maybe a Bane's Fiend's Grip might catch him out once or twice, but other than that, I think it's pretty free. I feel like if he has less than 4 deaths, he's probably going to win this game.
He's going to get Wraith Fire Blast to start here. Skeeter already with those skeletons up and running. Skeeter, I would assume, goes for a more normal build now that they don't have a Beastmaster. Although it is a bit, let's talk about this top lane actually. So it's going to be ILTW on the Medusa with Kuroki supporting on the Spirit Breaker, Snake and Clock, and then 33's Visage. You guys were talking about this a bit. What kind of a pace does this hero set? Because it's been such a long time since we see it. Like when they introduced the Aghanim Scepter, saw this picked like a lot in pubs, but not a ton in pro play, and then it kind of just hasn't been picked since then, for the most part.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't seen a whole lot of Visage since maybe the last time that 33 was playing it. But I think, I mean, Orchid is still a very popular item right now, so you could probably still go for the Orchid. I don't know if you would still go for like
top lane. First blood, Snake King gets it. That is our Medusa. That is not what you want to see if you're Enigma Galaxy fan. Okay, continue with the Visage talk because, or if you're pompous, you can say Visage.
Visage, yes. After all, we are in Europe. We were just talking about that with Owen. Oh, Kuro's dead too. Snake King's dominating top.
This lane, what is going on here? Goodness.
You know what's going on here? Nyx sucks in lane. That's what's going on here. That hero blows in lane.
I mean, you were talking a lot of crap about that Nyx pick earlier, and obviously it was a core, but I mean, what benefit does he bring as a support then versus a core?
Being able to like play front line and break smokes, but Miracle's dead too, maybe?
Yeah, possibly. There's TP coming in from the Nyx assassin. Miracle ticking down very slowly to the Shadow Strike. He needs to be denied. No, he's actually bottling him in between charges, so will be fine. Just barely lives. Anyway, let's restart the conversation about Visage again.
One more time.
Like, you haven't seen it in a while, so I'm guessing a lot of this is just going to be predictions and whatnot.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think Ag is still a thing?
God damn. I think Ags is still a thing, though. I usually, when it was first came in, I saw a lot of mid Visage going for the Aghanim Scepter. I think that the Ags is sick, but I think it's mostly dependent on how much farm you actually get from the lane. But the lane is obviously going well, so I would love to see him at Aghanim Scepter. I still think that Orchid is a sick item for Visage, especially since it's one of like the hot meta items and gives you like really nice right click, really nice mana regen. So I think that would also be very nice.
And Snake King continuing to be an annoyance here. Gets ILTW with the soul assumption as well from afar. So ILTW with no mana. Snake King going for another soul assumption. That's the second death for ILTW in this lane. They're going to turn it around onto 33. So they get something out of this. Does Nigma, but this is a disastrous lane for them.
Oh, mid lane. They did manage.
And mid lane as well. Fata finds Miracle. Oh my goodness. NGX. It just feels like Tundra are playing on a different level versus everybody today.
Yeah, I mean, I think so much of this is the top lane anyway. It's the matchup between Nyx Assassin and Clockwork. Clockwork has always been good against Nyx. You have Lockdown where he can't defend himself against he usually spike carapaces and run away, but he gets stuck in cogs. Also, Clockwork plus Visage is a sick combination because right now, Clockwork offers just tons and tons of damage. So you get those maxed out soul assumptions, which you could see is doing insane amounts of damage, especially with the Null Talisman build that he's been maxing out on. And then later on, you're going to see hook cogs into Bird Drop. That's going to be sick.
Oh, they're going for more, and Sonic Wave is available. Miracle's second death in just such a short amount of time. 9 with the Arcane Rune, so only 80-second cooldown basically for his ult. And this is quickly spiraling out of control. I mean, the bottom lane is the only lane going even remotely okay for NGX, and if Mind Control is left to his own devices right now.
Yeah, Miracle's gonna have to walk back to lane, and he's not even 6. This is just awful for them. I mean, look at the way the Tundra is pressuring this, though. Cutting off the creep wave like this, if Kuro wasn't a Spirit Breaker, they would have just missed so much golden experience.
Yeah, that siege creep did a crap ton of damage, and you can see 9 getting so much in terms of the CS department. He's at 41-11 versus 22-4. So we're seeing some of the issues. I mean, again, small sample size, but some of the reasons why Rubick is not a mid hero as of late is ILTW is getting chased in the jungle by Snake King. This is going to be the 3rd death for ILTW. Snake King has dominated this top lane, which we're going to include the jungle as the top lane right now.
Yeah, Snake King Clockwork is not to be trifled with. This guy is so good. And many of just like the aggressive rotating heroes. Since he was playing support, the Clockwork is definitely one of his best heroes.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, but back to the conversation about Rubick. Again, like I said, small sample size, but does not have an escape mechanism. Can push the lanes though, so it's not like the worst. It feels like it's like a Shadow with a little disable. As Kuroki attempting to run away here. Gets the charge off, actually cancels it, but will tick down nonetheless.
We don't get to have conversations because it's not even a back and forth game. It's just Tundra just running over Nigma Galaxy constantly. This is awful.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Very slow start for Nigma, and I mean, really, I'm worried about ILTW because these 3 deaths, he is, in terms of net worth, just awful. And it's not like the mid laner is going to be helping out because Miracle is basically matching him in the net worth department. Yeah. So it's really going to be up to mind control, it feels like, this game.
Yes, and that is the highlight. This Timbersaw had a free lane. He is very farmed.
ILTW getting caught off again. Does not have his ult to work with, and this is going to be another easy kill for Tundra. Number 4 death. Goodness gracious, me oh my. Miracle has the haste rune. Botha's still not level 6, so it looks like he's going to be the sacrifice. But still, a very good trade. I mean, that might be worth the same as Snakey. I think go in with the Sonic Wave. 9 from afar. Beautifully done. That is a dead Miracle again. And 33 coming in from the side. This is an absolute shellacking. But Mind Control finally making his way over. He finds 1 kill, but if they can get this one, this will be even bigger, as this is the only hero with any net worth for NGX. This is an absolute disastrous game for them.
Okay, so Mind Control walked to that fight. If you think about where we just saw him, he was by the tier 2 Radiant Tower. He had to walk all the way to that fight. He lost all of his reactive armor charges during that time. So by the time he gets here, he got just whomped on by the physical damage of Wraith King and the birds.
Yeah, this is... I have not seen Nigma get this outplayed this early in quite a while. This is a sight to behold for sure. Tundra just looks so crisp right now. As you can see, 33 gets off the nice stun with the Familiars, number 2, but they're not going to follow it up with anything. Hook shot down for 3 seconds. As top lane, we're going to get the Nightmare ILTW. This poor guy. Now they have hookshot if they really want to, but it's just going to be the Fiend's Grip. The fact that mana burns you as well just adds insult to injury for Medusa. And he is 0-5-1 at 10.5 minutes.
Insane. Absolutely insane. And Fiend's Grip, I think it's actually an underrated mechanic. You brought it up, the fact that it does mana drain. It mana drains a lot over the 6 seconds.
It's max mana, I think, as well as Miracle getting caught up, gets the hook shot inside the cogs as well. That is going to be a super easy one. And they're going on top of 33, but he's so tanky with this passive of his. And GH looks to be next on the list, and this is just getting out of control.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a 5,000 net worth lead at 11 minutes. At what point do you just call it if you're Nigma? Because the really frustrating part is Mind Control was the one who had the really good game. Like, at some point in time, the idea was he was going to be able to come in and stand in front of these pushes from the Wraith King and the Visage and be like, haha, you know, my reactive armor is superior to all your damage instances. I'm just going to hold towers and keep them alive while my Medusa farms triangle. But mid tower already died. They can't keep the triangle open for the Medusa. She just has to duck and hide constantly and find areas to farm.
Yeah, and he's taking steals the tomato creep. This ILTW is getting nothing, man. This is rough. He has treads. That's his item progression right now. And a band of Elven skin, I guess. But
do you think Snake King's going to have higher net worth than ILTW this game?
By the end of the game, no. I don't think so. There's no... It can't get worse than this.
Well, okay, at any point in the game, because he's really close right now.
If they kill him right now, then maybe. But he is in the jungle. He looks relatively safe. Botha has Fiend's Grip in 10 seconds, and you can see the rest of Tundra. They're focusing in on this Medusa, ILTW. Walking away at a good time, but Snake King's going to find him. All right, we're going to see if the net worth catches up. He's inside the cogs. They didn't even bother using Sonic Wave because he just melts. He has absolutely no farm. You're going to try to trade Botha at the very least, but Kuroki gets off the nether strike. Nope, gets stunned up, and there's a Sonic Wave to follow. And NGX are absolutely crumbling. Only 1 remains, and this is going to be a full team wipe in favor of Tundra. And you can see Clockwork is ahead of Medusa, Cap.
He did it. He got 10 gold ahead of her. And at this point, like, they're going to get a tower. He's actually going to be way far ahead of the Medusa by the end of all of this. That was a team wipe. Oh, God.
This is a Gabe and Shellac. This is a mustache. No, sorry. This is a top hat Gabe and Shellac. And this is the ultimate. This is as bad as it gets.
Top hat is the highest level. Is mustache the second highest level?
Mustache is second, and then just Gaben alone is the 3rd tier.
Is has Gabe ever had a mustache?
No, that's what makes it funny.
Now I'm trying to
To me, at
imagine him
least,
with
and
some curly villainous mustache.
I mean, it depends. Like, you have a mustache technically if you have a beard, right?
No, that doesn't.
It's a mustache and a beard together.
No. If you have the beard, in order for you to have a mustache, you have to grow out the hairs and actually, you know, like wax them and like twist them up a little bit. It has to be noticeable. That's my
like
rule.
the French style.
Yes.
I mean, I agree with you, but it's still funny, so we're going to keep the tier list as it is, Cap. We appreciate the feedback. It's not in beta. It's a full release. Not changing. Okay.
Another one?
A network lead here for Tundra. Yeah, let's see. All right, they're going to blow up Miracle, Kuroki. This is just a feed fest, man. This is rough to watch.
And all they can really do is just try and run down side lanes every once in a while. They've snuck the Medusa into the enemy jungle while Timbersaw pushes out. They may actually kill Snake King. Oh, no. Oh, no.
ILTW, continue on the snaking, but it just takes them so long. Mind control. All right, Skeeter with that blink dagger, applying all the pressure to ILTW now. Almost dead with just a couple right clicks. A beautiful sleep preventing GH from doing anything about it. So that is now the 7th death for the carry Medusa. GH looks to be next on the other side. They do find Queen of Pain, so NGX gets something out of this. 23-3 is the mark, but Skeeter looks to be cleaning up pretty easily here. Mind control might be the only surviving member, as the cow will die as well.
Yeah, they saw that Spirit Break at the start of the fight, and they were just like, whatever, go for more. And that is kind of what, you know, ends up getting 9 kind of caught. He blinks hyper aggressively and puts himself in an awkward position, but they did catch more. They got more heroes, and as a result, this Medusa and this Rubick have 0 game whatsoever. We're going to see an Aghanims next for the Visage. So drums Ags, and then I wonder if he ever goes to the Shard, because I'm not sure if he can even die once, to be honest.
That's true. Might not even need the defensive measures. We're going to see in the jungle, mind control, getting set. Okay, ILTW does get the Stone Gaze off, but he's just using it to run away with that extra movement speed. Mind control is not going to be so lucky. Sonic Wave clips ILTW, has no mana now. Still 8 wand charges, though. We'll see if they want to actually dive here. I would assume yes, considering the ridiculous lead that Tundra have right now. Kuroki, oh, they're going to get rid of that sentry. Miracle will just die. How many deaths is that for him? 0-8. It's actually more than ILTW between them. 15 deaths between the position 1 and 2. Might be 16 here pretty soon as Skeeter chasing ILTW, and indeed it is. Double kill for 33. It is a best of 1, so you might not see the GGs come out. But this is pretty awful. Oh, nice save from Fata. But Kuroki will get his vengeance. And he'll actually live. I think that's the first good thing that's happened all game for NGX.
I think it actually is. I think you're totally right. And then it's just going to be followed by a bunch more bad things. It's a bad sandwich.
Yeah. GH is dying again. Soul Assumption. Nope. It'll be Skeeter. So let's talk about this Aghanim Scepter that's going to be purchased here, although his courier's dead for another minute and a half. But we'll turn Visage, I think it's and the Familiar's invisible, right? And he gives you 20% move speed, reading it now, and upgrading it to flying terrain walking, essentially. And when Visage or its Familiars leave invisibility, they deal 30% more damage for 4 seconds. And the invisibility, like it's like a 35-second. It's almost like a Night Stalker ult to some degree. As ILTW, it's more mana burn with the cogs. They just have every answer in the book for Nigma.
It's what I like to call a Winmore item. I think Templar Assassin's Ags is the same way. Basically, once you start winning the game and you get superior map control, this allows you to keep a tighter grip on that map control. Because that Ags is like, it's a support killer, man. They just cannot possibly have all the detection in the world to be able to see this Visage coming, and even if they do, they may just get run over anyway. So I think it allows you just to be able to like sweep across the map and be like a hunter killer as the Visage. I think it's fantastic. I think it was one of the better upgrades to Visage.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see like these Aghanim Scepters be more innovative. Sometimes we're used to seeing very generic things, but with each patch, they're getting more unique, and this is a super unique one.
And there he goes.
The fact that his shard he can turn into a little gargoyle himself is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already tough enough to be able to bring down the Visage once because of his cloak. And then, you know, you spend all that, he goes into stone form, gets his cloak charges back. Pain. Absolute pain in the ass.
Tower is under attack.
And they're going to look for mind control. He's using this Aghanim Scepter already, as you can see. They don't quite have vision, though. And looks like he'll TP out successfully.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm like, how do you sneak out into the map? You know, you can't fight them. You have to, like, you know, hide. You have to be like a rat, you know, scuttling around in the corners of the map, trying to nibble away at whatever crumbs are left on the floor. But you can't even hide from this Visage now.
Yeah, it's a very scary sight indeed, as we're going to see a hook shot from Snake King, ILTW. He's trying to get some farm before the inevitable death to come. And that is death number 10. So between him and Miracle, 18 deaths with 0 kills. That is a crazy stat line.
Yeah, I'm not a stats man, so I can't swear to this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say this has got to be the most stats that ILTW has had in 20 minutes. Possibly the same for Miracle.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. This does not look like the same team that we saw earlier. They started off a little bit slow in the season, but then ramped it up and have looked really good late in the season. I actually picked them to get to top 2 from this tiebreaker, but they are getting shellacked. This does not look like the same team at all.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
See GH rocking the double Ushankas just to be able to get himself that extra bit of HP he needs. Hey, at least he got a courier kill.
I don't think anything was on it this time, but yeah, you got to take what scraps you can get, I suppose.
Look at this damage. LTW won't even be able to get off the stone gaze in time.
Yep, he's dead. 32-5. Kind of crazy. I would not have expected this for sure. Now the question is, how fast can Tundra end the game? Because this feels 5 minutes ago that it's been over. But obviously in a best of 1 tiebreaker, you want to take, even if it's a 0.001% chance, this game has huge importance to both teams. So I can understand like the discipline coming from Tundra and NGX not wanting to concede quite yet.
Yeah, I think that Nigma Galaxy do have some like okay high ground heroes. They have like the kind of poke, right? So they'll be able to Mystic Stake and throw out Chakrams. And Rubick is okay at that as well. So I think it's going to take, it'll definitely be less than 30 minutes in my mind.
Yeah.
If this lasts longer than 30 minutes, it means Tundra's just toying with their food.
That's true. I mean, it's not even one of those instances where, as we're going to see, Hookshot come through, and ILTW gets off his ult this time, so that might provide enough space for him to get out. And it looks like it will, although 33 wants to go up high ground. We have the Shadow Strike applied to ILTW. He's going to be ticking away slowly. 9 still with the blink and scream in just a moment. He's going to finish off the ILTW Medusa very easily. And Miracle, he takes the Sonic Wave as well, but looks like he's going to walk back to the fountain. Meanwhile, the rest of Tundra working on objective-based gaming. The buildings, but the fortification comes out. Skeeter gets the Wraith Fire Blast on the Mind Control with the Soul Assumption to follow. Just too much magic damage for him to withhold, or withstand, I should say. Has the hood, but it just not enough 22 minutes in when you're giving up this much farm.
Yeah, they still have a full minute for the Aegis, and when that is done, we're gonna have the BKB on Wraith King, so Tundra do have very good ways to be able to just hit buildings. So they... no.
Carl doing his... Oh, he goes in Viz thanks to the Shadow Amulet. They don't have vision here quite yet. Dust is on Snake King, though. Gets the charge off. Looks like he's fine.
Oh, no. The Fey Grenade!
He's dead.
The vessel.
Fey Grenade? Who has a Fey Grenade?
My man, Visage.
Oh, the Visage, yeah.
Hey, it's pretty hard,
this
too.
Item, well, we're gonna have to hold that thought because ILTW is dying again. Every time I'm trying to talk, ILTW dies. 13 deaths. Jesus.
Waga's already
Gaven
come back
Almighty.
To sit down. That's how you know when the game is over, when the analysts come back to the desk. And Waga, I don't think... How was your break, Waga? That wasn't very long, huh?
I'm turned off. Oh,
yeah, I can't wait for your post-game analysis, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Nice long nap. How's that Medusa working out for you? What was it I said? I don't think it will work.
It was work. It's working.
Oh,
just
yeah,
fine.
look.
Listen, it's not the Medusa, all right. The rest of the team failed to execute. All right, you can't expect a Medusa to win the game in the first 15 minutes.
0-13-1. It's not me. It's not me.
Well, another death for GH, and yeah, this is a yikes game for sure from NGX's side.
I wonder what 33 would
I'm trying to think
next.
back if I've ever seen them get this shellacked ever. Like even back in the Liquid days, I don't remember anything remotely close to this. This is really bad.
You're getting good mileage out of your slacking this game. That's for sure.
That's everything I see is a shellac.
Oh, Shannon, did you see that? 33
What?
did what you... I always hear you talk about this. He rebought the drums recipe.
Oh, that's the first time I've ever seen it. I love it. That's great.
Yeah, we don't
I'm surprised he's used 8 charges already this game. Jesus.
This is just a great hero to be able to utilize drums. I didn't even think about that item for Visage just because it's a rather dead item all around. But any hero's going to use it. Visage has got to be one of the best.
W, he's dead. Don't worry though. He's working on a Midas, guys. Got this.
The comeback Midas.
40-6.
I mean, at some point in time, do you think that Nigma is just like
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
having fun with
I
how
think
bad
so.
they're losing?
I think they've gone to the point where...
Do we have webcams by any chance? We can see for ourselves.
Yeah, maybe Curl turned on his webcam for this one, you know?
All right, well, as you can see, some buildings are dying, heroes are dying. This game was over 20 minutes ago, but it's continuing. I've never seen a game be this drawn out as well as ILTW looking for his 15th death of the game on a position 1 Medusa, as rough as it gets.
It has been over a 90% win rate since minute 12.
That graph. This looks like they're being fountain farmed or something. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It feels like it. They're gonna get megas. NGX still not ready to concede, it seems. Miracle has his 4-step. He went Midas as well, by the way. So double Midas, although Medusa still... Whoa, nice hook shot from Snake King. Not that it really matters here. Skeeter gets a Wraith Fire Blast, and Miracle will die. And we'll just assume NGX will all die as well. And there's the grip on the ILTW with the Soul Assumption to follow. That is death number 16. As Kuroki takes the tumble, the Fountain Farming commences, and you can tell Tundra... Huh? No, not quite. Queen of Pain is going to live, it looks like. Double kill for 9. 47. Can they get 50 kills? We need to get 50 kills. We need something good to come out of this game. 48, 49. You got to die for one more, gentlemen.
Where's Miracle going? Is he leaving the fountain because he's afraid of being fountain farmed? Is it that level?
Instead of conceding, they will hide in the trees and kill number 50 in 26 minutes for Tundra. And it's not stopping there. More to come for NGX. GG now is called. And Tundra absolutely spank Nigma Galaxy.